Amazon's Fourth Wing TV adaptation has the potential to become the next big fantasy series, but it can avoid the pitfalls that plagued Game of Thrones in its later seasons. Drawing inspiration from Game of Thrones seems natural due to the popularity of dragons and its fantasy elements, but the HBO series' final seasons exposed some major flaws that Fourth Wing can learn from. One of the biggest missteps in Game of Thrones was the diminishing involvement of author George R.R. Martin. As the series progressed, Martin's role in the show's development lessened, resulting in rushed plotlines and a lack of consistency. To avoid this mistake, Amazon's Fourth Wing can ensure that Rebecca Yarros stays heavily involved in the adaptation. Yarros, who is an executive producer on the show, has shared updates about her vision, which promises a more faithful adaptation to her books, something Game of Thrones lacked towards the end. Another key lesson from Game of Thrones is the importance of having enough source material. As the show caught up to the A Song of Ice and Fire books, the lack of direction led to uneven storytelling. Thankfully, Fourth Wing won't face this issue. With 3 out of 5 books of the Empyrean series already released, Yarros will likely have completed the 4th book well before the show reaches that point. This provides ample time to ensure the show doesn't run out of material or rush its story. One glaring criticism of Game of Thrones was its handling of diversity. The series often struggled with its representation of women, people of color, and LGBTQ+ characters. Fortunately, Fourth Wing is already paving the way for more inclusive storytelling. The heroine of the series has a disability, and the cast includes diverse characters, both in terms of ethnicity and sexual orientation. This approach aligns with Yarros' commitment to representation, making Fourth Wing stand out in the fantasy genre. The villains in Game of Thrones also received criticism for being underdeveloped or having unsatisfactory resolutions. The White Walkers and Cersei Lannister, for instance, had their arcs cut short. Fourth Wing can avoid this by ensuring its villains, like the Venin, receive the depth and payoff they deserve, creating more satisfying long-term conflicts. Finally, Fourth Wing can avoid the biggest character development mistakes that Game of Thrones made, especially in Season 8. Characters like Jaime Lannister and Daenerys Targaryen underwent dramatic shifts that weren't properly explained. By taking the time to build character arcs and avoiding rushed developments, Fourth Wing can ensure its characters stay true to their journeys, leading to a more fulfilling conclusion.